Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the new RadioMaster TX16S Mark II. And for those of you that are familiar with RadioMaster radios and maybe FPV and Edge TX, that might be all you need to know. Link in the video description to some of the bullet points of the changes. If you're new to FPV, or maybe you're just not as familiar with the radios we've been using in FPV, RadioMaster is one of the very popular radios in FPV. You know, FPV pilots, we can be kind of penny pinchers, and RadioMaster has generally met us where we need it to be. And some of you might not be into this size. You know, it's bigger than my face, which is something. So if you're looking for a radio that's smaller, one that I kind of prefer, the RadioMaster Zorro is a product I would suggest if you're not wanting something this size. There isn't a lot to go over, so you know, like I said, the bullet points can be just read on their website. There's not a lot of changes that I can kind of verbalize for you, so let's just kind of go over this and we'll do a quick comparison between the original, which you can't get anymore anyways. Okay, so some of the changes in the radio that they have noted: improved circuitry. Circuitry is supposed to be the same as the AG01 gimbals, which, ooh la la, those gimbals are nice. It also charges faster via USB 2.2, and it also has Edge TX on it, which is a little bit of a change, although the Zorro came with Edge TX. Edge TX is great. Got a set of developers that have forked off OpenTX and are moving forward with implementing bug fixes and changes, something that we kind of labored over with OpenTX and its development speed. Also, the detents or the centering on these knobs is much more dramatic. You can definitely feel that. I think that is something that our friends who fly planes and maybe other non-sort of quads are looking for. The battery compartment door, they say that, the battery compartment door, they say that that opens and closes easier. I didn't have a problem with the old one, but, you know, maybe, I guess they did change the back plate a little bit so you could grip it. You see this little gripper down here? Maybe that helps us somehow. I didn't have a problem. Also, while we're looking at the back, you have these finger holds, but you do have the option on another set of grips to just have them smooth, so it wouldn't have this little notch back here. Also on the back, we have our headphone jack, which I don't think the other did. Nope, no headphone jack. And there's another speaker that they point to back here, but I can see the CMOS battery that's down there, but I don't see the speaker. No, I don't see the speaker. I'm not saying it's not down there, but it's not directly behind this hole. It could be behind the battery compartment, but that would mean that it has two speakers, because we definitely have one right behind here. Let's go ahead and turn it on so that you can hear it here just a bit. Switch warning. So the speaker kind of sounds the same to me. Maybe if we play audio files, which isn't something I do, it might sound differently. Obviously, we get this little warning. And Edge TX, yes, touchscreen works. Unlike with OpenTX, we can go through and set up our widgets with the touch of a finger. A nice feature that we've been seeing more and more on radios is we no longer have to open the radio. Here, let me widescreen this a little bit. Turn the screen off because it was causing a glare. But as you can tell from this gimbal, we have gimbal facing, we have us facing gimbal adjustments that we can make. We can adjust the spring tension. You can see I kind of like a sloppy spring on mine. You could also adjust the travel adjustment, how much travel you got there. So maybe if your fingers aren't as long or something, you might be able to shorten that for your purposes. You could also switch the centering so that you could switch from mode 2 or mode 3 into whatever mode that you want. Of course, you do need to update settings in the radio so that it knows you've done that. They say a retooled body shell. Well, it looks the same. There might be something on the backside that helps it stay together or something, but it's just something that they note. Something else that they note is that the version that I have comes with the 4-in-1 module. If you want Express LRS or ELRS, that is a different radio module, so you can't get both. So you don't have a 5-in-1. I know that some people are going to come asking, why don't we have a 5-in-1 yet? I don't know. I'm guessing there's a technical hurdle there. But so you have a choice between the Express LRS version and a 4-in-1 version. Speaking of versions, there are some super fancy versions on their website. We got to take a look at that. We're going to jump right up to the top of the price point, $549. But this is the Express LRS edition. This is the Mark II Max Pro MCX edition. So this has the AG01 CNC all metal gimbals. Those are nice gimbals. And not only that, but they have a Looked like a silver and blue, almost like a camo design. That's pretty cool. I don't know about how I feel about this faceplate. Maybe it's just my age. I'm not really into that sort of coloration, but I can see where others might. But you know, you got to pay for it. Look at that, $549. You get all the features though. You're blinged out right from the get-go. And let's take a look at the standard pricing here. $199 for the radio that as I've shown it to you. Oop, let me click that box, make sure that it doesn't change price. Nope, $199. So the Express LRS edition and the 4-in-1 are both the same. It has the V4 Hall sensor gimbals, not the AG01, but you can select the AG01 and you spend $329. And next on our list is the Mark II Max. So we have options here. We can, let's go all the way back up to that. $379. Let's see what this costs. $379, $249. So you get a quick look at the pricing. And last but not least, number 10 in your programs, but number 1 in your heart, the Joshua Bardwell edition. Yes, Joshua's got his own edition of the RadioMaster TX16S, and that's pretty cool. Maybe he's had it for a while. This is the first time I'm aware of it. But his comes without the option of the AG01, so that's kind of sad. And it only comes with the Express LRS edition. So, something to note if you want the Joshua Bardwell edition. And while we're here on the webpage, pretty much everything I've told you or pointed out is right here in these bullet points. If you want to know more, or if you want to read the specifications, they're here on screen for you. If you'd like to take a look at those things. I really like Edge TX. Matter of fact, I need to remember to go and find their open source project page where I can make a donation there, because I'm definitely completely 100% behind Edge TX pushing development forward. So that's just a quick look at the TX16S Mark II edition. It's the current edition of the very popular Radio King TX16S that has been selling quite a while. You might be able to find another edition of this, not exactly like this, but similar, that might be cheaper. If you're looking for this particular radio, check out the eSheen TX16S. That one came out with these same gimbals, or as far as the adjustments, I don't think the circuitry is the same, or at least it wasn't marketed the same, but it does have the same sort of adjustments on the gimbals, which is something I very much approve, because I like almost a sloppy gimbal, like I'm very loose, just kind of resting my fingers, and I hate having to open up the radio in order to adjust those. So I'm very happy that that edition, that development has come along, and the fact that it's got Edge TX, so the touchscreen that we've had in these TX16 radios actually work now. There are other features that we went over real quick. Again, if you're not interested in this sort of size of radio, my preferred radio is the RadioMaster Zorro. It's a gamepad style. It's smaller. I think the one con about this is the battery life on this. If you go out for a long flying session, you need to have a battery with you, a 2S battery, and then you can plug it in right down here, which is what I do. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or otherwise about the new RadioMaster TX16S Mark II, please let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.